clarify, because this company of yours had been, and there was international asset recovery and there was broadsheet, and I am to understand that both of these were associated with you?
Yes.
And did these companies go into liquidation shortly after the contract with the NAB was terminated?
No, IAR never went into liquidation, never. IAR continued its operations until it settled, and then there was no need for it. We set up individual companies for purpose, horses for courses. If it's Pakistan that I'm going to contract with, I set up one company. If it's Nigeria I'm going to contract with, I set up another company, because we want to keep the slate completely clean.
So the Pakistani company never went into liquidation? Because I heard an interview of yours where you did say that the company did go into liquidation and it was the fault of the NAB for not honoring its obligations. So am I misunderstanding here?
No, you're misunderstanding. Yes, if you should listen to me, I said IAR never went into liquidation, but Broadsheet did go into liquidation. And the reason why it went into liquidation was because of the fraud of NAB. We spent millions and NAB didn't pay us.
No, why
one second, wait, sir. When Broadsheet is able to get $28 million attached from the Pakistan High Commission account, this is a company that was in liquidation at the time, or it had come out of liquidation, or it had been appointed by a receiver or purchased by someone else. How was it able to come alive again, or was it always in dormancy awaiting this payment?
Well, the answer is look up the law. The law says if a company has gone into liquidation, you appoint a liquidator, and the liquidator has a legal obligation to go after all the assets of the company that are recoverable. The big asset was the theft that the government of Pakistan engaged against Broadsheet. And the court came down on our side and said, yes, the government of Pakistan has stolen money from us, and they're good at stealing money from the people of Pakistan. And they'd also stolen money from us. The people of Pakistan, unfortunately, have not been given many opportunities to get their own stolen wealth back.
Right.
They were given
was there Mr. James who ever represented himself as a partner or a manager of Broadsheet who was able to get $1.5 million from the Pakistani government in the year 2008 as part of a settlement?
Well, that was the fraud that was perpetuated on Broadsheet. Mr. James at that time had nothing to do with Broadsheet, and I had told the lawyer representing the government of Pakistan that he has nothing to do with Broadsheet. Broadsheet's in liquidation. I am restoring it to the register. And Mr. Amir Bilal Sufi had been warned by me, and the judge found that my evidence was correct, and the evidence that he had not been warned was wrong.
And in the year 2008, international asset recovery was paid $2.25 million or something thereabouts by the government of Pakistan as a settlement?
Yes.
And that was payment made to you because you were international asset recovery throughout, as you have just said?
It was made to international asset recovery, not to me. International asset recovery had investors.
And you were associated to international asset recovery at the time?
Very much so.
Right. And sir, just to clarify, that payment was authorized by the Attorney General of Pakistan at the time, who was Sardar Latif Khosa?
It was payments coming through the official channels of the government of Pakistan. The check was signed and it was sent by the High Commission of Pakistan, yes.
Right. And also, did Mr. Khosa then go on to represent you in the year 2018 before the Supreme Court, where you asked for Volume 10 of the JIT to be revealed so that you could better capture assets in arbitration?
Correct. We hired Mr. Khosa's services, his law firm, in order to do that, and we're grateful for the service he provided.
Right. And sir, just one more clarification, because we're actually a partner show. We have two hosts, and my other host is very patiently waiting, and I'm thankful to him and for you to keep answering. Can you also just tell me, how did you find out that there was a $28 million sum in the Pakistan High Commission account? Is that something that would regularly be there as a forensic investigator? Is it something that you are able to answer for me? Or was that money specially there and you found out about it? Which is because I'm assuming you didn't know it would be there, which is why you firstly tried to go after Avonfield and then dropped that interest and went after this money instead. So was there information that came your way that let you know that this is a significant amount of money in the High Commission account, which you can then attach?
We are investigators and we know where to find money. stolen or otherwise, money that's owed to court judgments, we know how to find it. That's why the government of Pakistan came to us. And yes, we decided that we turn our tools of investigation onto the government of Pakistan as opposed to in its favor against the government of Pakistan, because there's a court judgment they were refusing to pay. So we found the money and we seized it. And that's why we let the even field apartments go.
Right. Mr. Mousavi, just one last one. In the year 2008, when International Asset Recovery was paid $2.25 million, you have said previously that International Asset Recovery was set up to go after Asif Ali Zardari. You were paid by the government of President Asif Ali Zardari when this money was paid. So was there any kind of reconciliation, or was there any kind of understanding that you would now back down, or were you cognizant of the fact that this money was coming from the government of the people that you had set up this company to go after?
There's no need for reconciliation between me and individuals who have demonstrated that they are interested only, and the record shows, in stealing from the people of Pakistan. My reconciliation with the people of Pakistan, there's no need for, because I've never fallen out with the people of Pakistan. They were and remain my masters. I am their servants. And that's what I am doing. And there's no reason at all for me to reconcile with anybody who has been a target.
So when International Asset Recovery, the company made to target Zardari et al., when it was paid by Zardari et al.'s government, there was no perceived conflict there in 2008.
Look, we had started an arbitration. They settled the arbitration. Simple. It's called legal procedures. It's called the law. In a jungle, people get guns and they get claws and teeth. Where there's rule of law, you use the law to settle your dispute. And the law does permit you to settle it. And we settled it.